Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Facebook Live with Dara Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreativecafe.com. Welcome to my Facebook Live. Hello, hello. Today is Thursday, April 15th, right? Yes, I have to make sure I have the date right. Today is April 15th. It is Thursday. Thursday is the day that I like to come to you with a little bit of crafty fun. So here I am. As for you, welcome. Come on in. Join the craftiness. Hello. I see my friend Beth is watching. Hi, Beth. Happy Crafty Thursday and happy Friday Eve. Hello, hello. How are you? How was your week? I am so excited. So excited that you're here. So excited. I'm excited to be here. You know that this is my favorite day of the week. So welcome, welcome. Come on in. Thirsty Thursday. You know what, Beth? Indeed it is. I have to tell you, just over here, over the way, I have a cup of iced tea. So it is definitely a thirsty Thursday. And it's a chilly Thursday too, isn't it? It's a chilly Thursday. So I'm going to reach over and just bring my monitor a little bit closer. It's hard for me to see. I use another monitor so I can kind of see your comments and I can see my hands and what we're working on to make sure that the placement is good for you to see. And it's a little far away, so it's sometimes hard to see. But I try to keep up on your comments as well because, hey, we're here to chat and hang out and have crafty fun, right? So, yes, welcome. I'll chat just a little bit and give people time to find me in the newsfeed, and then we'll get started. Hi, Marie. Happy Crafty Thursday and happy Friday Eve. Thank you so much for being here. My hands are a little dry, so I'm rubbing cream on them. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited that you're here. How's your week going? Hopefully it's going fantastic. Beth, great week. Went to the remodeled Aldi. Really? Where is the remodeled Aldi? Here? One of the ones here locally? I haven't, you know what? I haven't been shopping in so long. I wouldn't know, but I do love Aldi. So yes, Marie, how is your week going? Is it fantastic? Hopefully everything is going pretty good. West Saginaw, okay, good. West Saginaw, well, one of these days I'll have the opportunity to get out in the stores and go shopping again. So week is going good, good. My week is going fantastic. And you know what? As close as we are to the weekend, you already know. If my week was going bad, it's fantastic now because we're almost into the weekend. So fantastic. I see Tiffany is watching. Hi, Tiff. How are you? How are you? Hope you like crafty things. Jump on in and watch us. Watch us do crafty stuff. Maybe you'll get inspired. We'll make pretty things. Tonight we're making a very pretty card. In fact, let's see. We'll go ahead and turn down and I'll show you guys what we're making. So I do want to say, you know, that we have a new catalog coming pretty soon. If you are my customer, if you've shopped with me in the last 6 months or so, I ordered catalogs and we have like a mailing service. And so I put you guys all on the mailing service to get a new catalog. So some of you may have your new catalog. And if you are not a customer that has shopped with me in the last 6 months or so, and you would like a catalog, make sure to leave a comment and let me know, and I'll make sure that you get one. So hi, Amy. I see Amy is watching. Hello, hello. Happy Friday Eve and Crafty Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. So excited that you guys are here. Hi, my friend Anna's here. Anna, yes, my friend Anna received her catalog already. It's a little bit earlier than I anticipated, but super, super exciting. So she's getting a sneak peek. So if you are a customer that has shopped with me in the last 6 months or so, you should have been on my catalog list. So a catalog should be coming along the way along the way to you. So exciting. I'm good, Tiffany. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're good. So glad you're good and that you popped in. So that having been said, I was just going to say really quickly that for the last few weeks, because we do have a new catalog coming, we have currently going on our last chance sale. It's kind of a retired product sale. And I am sharing with you through April some of my favorites that won't be sticking around. So they'll be available through May 3rd-ish. I think 3rd or 4th. So tonight is no different. I'm going to be sharing something with you. 3 products actually. 2 will be retiring. 1 will be staying around. It's a set. So let's go ahead and get turned down. We'll get started. I'll show you what we're using, what we're creating. And yeah, so hold on. Here we go. Oh, I need to get a grid paper on my desktop too, so I can measure a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, is that good? Do I have you guys straight? Make sure that we're the other one. Okay, good enough. Can you guys see me okay? Let's see. My setup is so different. I never know where my camera is, and I have a new phone too. I have that new iPhone that has the 3, if you guys have seen it, the 12 Pro Plus something or other. But it has a really fancy camera, so it's always kind of difficult for me to know exactly where it is. But all right, so tonight, the product that we're going to be using, and actually we're only using 1 stamp out of the stamp set. Let's get my grid paper down here so we can measure. Okay, we are going to be using the Heartfelt stamp set. So I love the stamp set. We used it around Valentine's Day, of course, because it's very fitting for that. But I'm going to show you how it can be fitting for other events and situations as well. So this is going to be retiring. It is still in the catalog. I love it. It is one of my favorites, and so I'm sharing it with you. So we are using the Heartfelt stamp set, and it coordinates with the heart, I can't remember the official name for these, but it's a heart punch duo. So you have a scalloped heart, and then you have just a regular heart, right? Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the love and the likes. You guys know the love and the likes make me really, really happy. So thank you for the love. And then for the inside sentiment on my card, which is, we're making a card tonight, I'm going to be using the Strong and Beautiful stamp set. I haven't used this a lot, and I'm actually happy to have the opportunity to. This stamp set is great. It's great for women empowerment. It's great for, obviously, Mother's Day, but look at the sentiments here. Happy Mother's Day. You have what it takes to be unstoppable, and I couldn't be more proud. Resilient, strong, and beautiful. Aren't these amazing sentiments? You have truly been a shining example to me. There are so many occasions that you could use this for. I cherish you. My true friend. I'm reading upside down here. I know I can always count on you. This is a beautiful stamp set. So I'm going to be using this for the sentiment on the inside of my card. And let me go ahead and share with you the card that I've created for tonight. Oh, I wanted to point out too, these are 2 different. This is photopolymer, and then this is red rubber. Clear mount is what we call it. So it's a red rubber stamp, but it mounts on the clear blocks. So that's what that looks like. So it's not clear. We have both different styles of stamp set that we're working with tonight. So because of that, we'll be using our Stampin' Pierce matte too. We'll need that for the photopolymer. Here's tonight's project. Isn't this gorgeous? And it is purple. Thank you, Marie. I like it too. I think it's a super, super pretty stamp set. And so this card is actually, I'm going to use it for Mother's Day. And so that is the sentiment that I used. You are like a diamond, resilient, strong, and beautiful. And this doesn't have to be a Mother's Day card. Thank you guys for the likes and the love. Thank you so much. You could use this for a number of occasions. You could use this as a pick-me-up. What could you use this for? It doesn't have to be Mother's Day, but because Mother's Day is coming up, I'm going to be using it for that. So it will be in my stash for it. So let's go ahead and tell you what I used to create this card. We'll create it really quickly. I've been super, super busy creating. We have my Flowers and Showers online retreat next weekend. So I've been so busy creating all sorts of cute projects and gifts for that. So I've been super, super busy, but I wanted to make sure that I showed up here for you guys tonight because this is one of my favorite things to do, is to share crafty with you guys. So this is Highland Heather, Highland Heather, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. I have our basic white, which is 5.5 by 5.25 by 4. So I have a piece of designer series paper. It is the Hydrangea. I'll tell you the exact name for it and show it to you in a minute. But it is 4.5 by 3.5. Is that 4.5 by 3.5? 4.25 by 3.5 of designer series paper. That's what the other side looks like. And more designer series paper from that stamp set. It's 4.25 by 1 inch. I have 2 of those. And then I have some hearts that I cut out with the Highland Heather. And the embossing folder, you see the beautiful embossing on that. I think I've put the embossing folder away, but it is the Parisian embossing folder. So we have that. And then let me show you, I'm pretty sure I've shared this with you before, but this is what the Hydrangea, let's see, the actual name is Hydrangea Hill. But these are very beautiful papers, very beautiful designer series papers. I love them because they are purple, which is my favorite color. So I needed to find a reason to break into this set of designer series paper. I have to use it more, so I'm using it with you guys tonight. And let's get started on our really simple card, shall we? So we'll go ahead and fold our card base. And I'll use my bone folder to make a sharp crease so that our card lays flat, or as flat as we can get it to lay. This is bouncing up a little bit. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside for a moment. We do need a little scrap of the basic white too. I'll grab that shortly. But we're going to start with a piece of designer series paper, and we'll add our contrasting designer series paper, and then we'll start building with the hearts. So I am going to add my adhesive. Let's pull this out like this. I'm going to add my adhesive to this edge and then to this edge, and then I'll turn it over and adhere it about halfway up this piece of designer series paper, which is 1 by 4.25. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to just run one pass of my adhesive right along the edge of both sides, like that. And we'll put that away. And then one at a time, whoops, let's turn it over. So one at a time, I'm going to kind of eyeball, but if you're not comfortable with that, you might want to you might want to measure. I'm not going to measure, and actually I'm going to turn it this way. And if you have grid paper, the grid paper is fantastic because there are grid lines, so you can use them as a guide. And I'm going to kind of do that. So I'm going to follow this line, and I'm going to place the larger piece of designer series paper right on top of the accent piece. There we go. This is a great way to save on your designer series paper too, because I could have cut it the entire length, but I thought it would be a waste because we're only using like a peekaboo, right? We're only letting it be exposed at the top and the bottom. Okay, and so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and kind of hover over, following that grid line side to side. There we go. That was super easy peasy, right? Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, we'll go ahead and add adhesive to the back of this entire piece, and then we will adhere it right to the center of the front of our card. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll add some adhesive. If I can get it going here. It's being a little fussy with me. Maybe I'm out of it. No, it's still sticky. There we go. This adhesive can be a little fussy sometimes. You have to babysit it a little bit. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now it's rolling. Then I'm going to put a little bit in the middle and on the sides here. Okay, there we go with that fussy thing. And then I'm just going to eyeball it the same way. I'm going to leave about equal space on the top and the bottom. And this is my folded edge. So you see that? This is my folded edge. So I'm going to go right to the folded edge. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball the top and the bottom so that I have about equal space. And you guys know how I am with measuring. I am okay with eyeballing. I am not super technical unless I am forced to be. Oh, I got that just a little bit off. Uh-oh, this is pretty sticky. Can I reposition it? Let's see what I can do. When I rubbed it, I made it slide a little bit to the right. There we go. Try and hold that a little more tightly. Okay, there we go. So this is what you have. Now, let's go ahead and we will add our embossed heart. So I've gone ahead and used the heart punch that does not have the scallop. Remember, we have two. We have a set. We have a scallop punch and a regular heart punch. So we're using the regular heart punch. And also to let you know, so I've gone ahead and run these through my embossing machine. If you are going to emboss shapes, then you should do the cutting first and the embossing second. And the reason that you do that is because if you do it in reverse, after you have already done the embossing, if you run it through your die cutter, it's kind of a tight fit there. You may deboss or flatten your embossing, so you don't want to do that. So I've gone ahead so that you didn't have to watch me go through that. I have quite a few hearts here. I have 4 of them, actually 5, but I have 4 of them. So I've done this off camera so you didn't have to watch me. We'll move this aside. So when it comes to adhering the hearts, I'm actually going to start, let me show you the card. We're going to start with the bottom hearts here so that we know where to place the other hearts. So we're going to put the 2 hearts on the bottom first. So let's do that. And I am covering 3 sides of the heart with adhesive. And then it's going to go upside down I am going to place it near the edge and near the bottom. Oh, it's probably 1/8 of an inch or maybe 1/4 of an inch on both sides, from the bottom and then from the side. We'll go ahead and give that a press, and then we'll do another one. Fussy, fussy adhesive. There we go. Let's do it again here, and whoa, one more pass. I can keep it rolling. I think it's getting near the end, but I want to use it. I want to use it until it runs out. So, okay. And the same here, we're going to put it about 1/8 of an inch or so from the side edge and 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. So let me show you. There we go. Can you see what I've done there? Okay. So next we will place the hearts near the top. I am going to turn the entire work around, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to we're only going to add adhesive to one side, because this time the hearts are going to hang over the edge of the card. So it's still going to be about 1/8 of an inch from the top. I'm only going to add adhesive to 1/2 of the heart. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch between the two hearts. Can you see that? On the side here and from the top. But I want the peak of the heart squarely on the card front. So it's going to go about right there. Can you see what I'm doing? And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So did you see that? There we go. And for this heart, I want the adhesive on this side. So I'll go ahead and do that. And same difference, about 1/8 of an inch or so between the two hearts here and from this side. And I'll show you in a moment. And then again, you're just going to make sure that the bottom of the heart is squarely on the card. All right, there we go. Kind of weird looking, but you see that? You see what I've done there? All right, now I'm going to turn it over. We have our overlap, and I'm just going to bring my scissors in and cut the overlap off. And actually, it probably would have been a better idea to cut it before we mounted the Designer Series paper mat on, but it still works. And there we go. So you see how we got the half hearts there? So that's how we achieved that. So let's go ahead and get rid of my scraps here. All right, to finish the card off, I have used both the scallop punch and a piece of the Designer Series paper. I am using the same piece of Designer Series paper that I used to edge the card. And I use that for the heart shape that does not have the scallop. And then to back it, I have a piece of old Olive Cardstock, and I'm going to mount this flat. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. I forgot to ask you guys. We forgot to do a crafty check-in. Has anybody gotten crafty this week? Since the last time we were here, has anybody done anything crafty? I think I probably got you guys beat this week because of my retreat that's coming up. I have been working every moment that I have getting crafty. There we go. So that's kind of how that looks. Have any of you guys been crafty this week? We're going to go ahead and add this to the front of the card in the middle of the hearts that we have here in that open space. And I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to do so. And I'm just gonna kind of overlap it between the two hearts. Let me turn it towards me so I can get good placement, I hope. I want it right in the center, like that. There we go. How's that? Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, so to finish it off, remember we are using 2 different stamp sets for the sentiment. I only used From My Heart to Yours, so I used that sentiment. And that's where I said we need a piece of scrap basic white cardstock. So let me bring in a piece of scrap. And to punch it out, I used a circle punch, and I am using a 1 1/4. Yeah, this is a 1 1/4 inch circle punch. So the From My Heart to Your sentiment is a photopolymer stamp. Because it's photopolymer, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat. And I'm using the darker Gorgeous Grape. It's a darker purple than the Highland Heather. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up. Oh, I see my son Jordan is watching. Hi, Jordan. Okay. So there's one portion of the stamping. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and stamp the inside sentiment. We have it out. We might as well set this aside for a minute. We might as well do that too. So again, the sentiment that I'm using, but you could use any of these sentiments. They are all very beautiful. They're all very uplifting. So I really do love them. It is the Strong and Beautiful, and I believe this is retiring as well. So it will be around until the 3rd or 4th of May. I'm using the You Are Like Diamonds, Resilient, Strong, and Beautiful. So let's go ahead and ink that up, and I'm going to plop it right down in the middle of my basic white mat, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And this is red rubber, so there's plenty of cushion there. I don't need to use the Stampin' Pierce mat. In fact, we're gonna just throw it right out of the way and bring our card back. Oh, let's close this so I don't make everything purple. I don't want everything purple. I just want Gorgeous Grape for the sentiments, that's all. Let's go ahead. Let's see. I think I'm too far from the edge. Okay, now let's do it. I am punching upside down so I can see where the placement is. I want this kind of in the center, so. And you know, I'm not using any embellishments because the Designer Series paper is really busy, and the embossing on the hearts is really busy as well. So I don't want any competition, right? I think that the card is beautiful by itself without a lot of embellishing. We have the ribbon as well. So let me show you how I added the ribbon, and this is our Gorgeous Grape ribbon, and this is carrying over. I think this is in the new catalog. Don't quote me 100%, but I am pretty confident that it is in the new catalog, so I was really excited about that. Just going to cut it off at an angle, and then I'm going to cut off about 2 inches, and I can trim it. I can trim it to be whatever size that I want it to be. So I'm going to fold it over like this, like a ribbon. Yeah, let me show you. My fat finger's out of the way. Kind of like that. And then I'll add the sentiment circle on top. So the way that I've done that is I take my ribbon. You can use glue dots if you want to. I always use my tape runner. I'm okay with the tape runner. You're not going to see the adhesive anyway. It's going to be behind the sentiment. So I like to put a little just a little dab of adhesive, and then I fold my ribbon, and that is just to keep it in place where I want it to be. I'm just going to kind of fold it over. I'm not really extra worried about you know, about how big the loop is. The idea is that I just want it sticking out from both sides of my sentiment there. So, and then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take my tape runner and then put another pass of adhesive down the center of the ribbon. And I'm going to pop the embellishment right on top of it if I don't turn it over first. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Right in the center. And then you have that pop of color behind your sentiment, right? So once again, I'm going to add this to the front with Stampin' Dimensionals. I'll just put a couple here on the top and on the bottom. Hey, you know what? I learned something today, that you could use a paper piercing tool or your take your pick tool, and you can poke the adhesive right off of the back of your Stampin' Dimensionals. I haven't tried it, but I saw that. And so I want to try it because, of course, I want to know how it works. All right. And then this is where I decided to place that sentiment. Let me show you. There you go. Finally, let's go ahead and add a little bit of adhesive to our inside mat. And we'll glue it right down. Let me show you something else. Is there an envelope? Let's see if I have an envelope handy. Let me show you what you could do to make this really, really pretty. All right, so here is our, oh, I can bring this one in too. So here's our finished card. Inside and out. Isn't that pretty? Let me know if you like this. I think it's really, really pretty. I think it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous for Mother's Day. Let's grab an envelope. Let's see if I have one nearby. Maybe I have one. I want to show you how to decorate your envelope to make it match your designer series paper. So let's see if I have leftover. Oh, I have a whole sheet. Let's see if I have a scrap piece. I thought I did. I don't want to cut into a whole sheet. Let's see if I have a coordinating piece here. Let's do this one. This one is matching. Let's do this one. So I'm going to cut off about maybe a, let's see. Let's move our cards out of the way. We're going to decorate our envelope flap to make it look really pretty and coordinate with our card. So we need about a 2.5 inch piece of coordinating designer series paper. So let's do that. I am choosing the one that is filled with hydrangeas. I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 2 3/4 of an inch. And let's put this aside. This is directional, so I maybe should have cut it in the other direction, but it's so busy with hydrangeas, I don't think it really matters. All right, so what you do is take your adhesive and run it along the edge of your envelope. So can you see where I did that? Let's see, kind of hard to see in the light, but there you go. And then I'm going to do it again on the outer edge. And I'm going to turn it facing, let's let it face me. And then you'll take your designer series paper and you'll line it right up to the edge of your envelope. And then press down. And then we'll turn it over. And then we'll just simply cut around it. So I'll go ahead and take the excess off there. There we go. So this is what we have. And then I will just trim right around using the envelope itself as a guide, right? And then let's turn it this way. And then we'll cut the rest of the excess off, just carefully following the edge of the flap of the envelope. There we go. And there it is. Isn't that so pretty? So then look at how well that matches. Isn't that pretty? So this is a nice gift to be able to send someone. Nice Mother's Day card. Isn't it pretty, pretty, pretty? All right, you guys. Well, I hope that you liked today's project. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up or a heart or a comment. That would make me really, really super happy, and it encourages me. It lets me know that you like me creating with you and sharing with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get turned up so we can say goodnight. Hey, guess what? Remember, I dropped the camera a couple of weeks ago, so I've learned to take both hands to turn it up to make sure that I don't drop you guys. That was traumatizing. Just a little bit. Hello, my crafty friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me into your lives and letting me create with you, making my heart happy, doing what I love most, which is sharing with you. Makes me super, super happy. So, like I said, if you like tonight's project, make sure to give me a thumbs up or a heart. I love those too. And don't forget that I will modify the description. So I'll put some directions up there if you want to recreate this. And if you tag me in it, that would be amazing. I'd love that too. And if you want to share my video, I'd love that as well too with your crafty friends, and maybe they can get crafty with us too. So thank you so much, Marie. I think it's super cute. I think it is very, very dainty and pretty, and I like those kind of things. So thank you so much for that. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the hearts and the love. You're amazing. I am going to get back to work now, working on my retreat, which I'm super excited for. Some of my friends who are here tonight, they're going to be with me for an entire weekend for the retreat, which I'm super excited for. We start on Friday and we go all the way through Sunday, and we craft and we play games and we have fun. So if I'm going to be seeing you at the retreat, super, super excited. We have card class this week. So if I see you at card class in both, super, super excited about that too. So you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you sometime soon. Take care. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye-bye.